A.P.T, my name, go ahead and wear it out. I came to prove to y'all with no doubt that I'm supposed to be number one, the greatest. The greatest.
What up, everybody? It's your boy A.P.T. This is A.P.T blog number 15. Once again, A.P.T blog number 15. Sorry if I look a little tired today. I went to bed at like 8 o'clock last night. Why, you ask? Because yesterday I had to get up at 4:30 in the morning to get ready to go see the Dr. Phil show live. My cousin had sent me an email saying that Dr. Phil was looking for audience members for this coming week. And so yesterday was one of the days, so I actually called the offices and left a message saying I wanted to be part of the audience. And they called me back and said that they had spots available. So yesterday I went, because it's the Dr. Phil show, I went to dress up. So that's why I had the nice suit on yesterday's blog, and the nice blue shirt on, and the nice tie, nice little jacket, you know what I'm saying, to look all extra fly because it's TV. And you never know who's going to see you. You never know if the camera's going to be on you. But in Hollywood, if I'm on TV, darn it, I want to look good every single time. I left here about 5:45 yesterday, and I got to the studio about 6:58. And when we got there, we were supposed to stand outside, but it literally just started raining as soon as I got there. So the people were nice enough to actually let us into the part where we wait in line, and they have like there's a part over it where the wet rain couldn't come through. So we stood up in line for about a half an hour. Then they let us into the studio, went to the waiting room, and we just kind of waited there for a little bit. There were a lot of old white people there. I'm not just saying that because I'm not trying to be racist. I mean, it's literally like Dr. Phil's audience is old white people. And in fact, they had like a tour bus of about 28 old ladies come from some old folks' home to see the show. So at one point, the waiting room smelled like an old folks' home. It was really, really weird. They gave us tickets with different colors on it. So mine was a gray ticket. And then when they called us in by ticket color. So first the people with the blue tickets and the VIP on the thing, they got to go in there first. Then the gray tickets got to go. So I got to go in there second. And they ended up sitting me at the very, very front of where the seats and stuff are. So I was on the very, very far corner in the front section of the audience, like the best seating possible, right? And while we were waiting, this comedian guy came out and just kind of, it's their job to kind of hype the audience up to be excited and stuff like that. So at one point he was like, "Hey everybody, let's get up out your seats and dance." And they started playing Celebration, celebrate good times, come on. And in the meantime, he had these tickets he was passing out. It's like, "Hey, I'm going to be giving out free copies of Dr. Phil's new real life CD. So if I give you this ticket after the end of the show, you can get your CD." So I'm sitting up there dancing. He's walking around. All of a sudden, he hands me one of the little plastic thing that says I get a free CD. So at the end of the show, I was able to get this. Real Life by Dr. Phil McGraw. I was the first person to get one of these too, so I actually won something free at the Dr. Phil show, which was great. The shows themselves were fantastic. They were about topics that I like to talk about. One was called Affairs of the Heart. I don't want to give away too much because I don't know the rules and the show hasn't aired yet. But basically, this guy had a woman he was married to, and they had 3 kids, and she was being emotionally unfaithful. Like, she would go out of her way to flirt with other guys on purpose, or to she was trying to get that butterfly feeling in her stomach, so she would go out and try to get the attention of other men. And at one point she started talking to his best friend and sending him love notes, and it was alleged that she might have gone down on another guy, but her excuse was there was no proof. So obviously it happened. So that show was great, and the guy was just begging and trying to do anything he could to get his wife back. Me personally, I'm like, if a girl steps out on me even one time, it's a wrap. It's gone. I'm not one of those guys that stays around for a beating once, if the girl's cheating on me, she clearly doesn't want to be with me, why stick around and try to make it better? Because she's already broken that trust. So that was that show. And then the second show I got to sit through, yes, I got to sit through 2 shows, was about something about being forced to be a deadbeat dad, like how dads, in this economy, if they're earning $100,000 a year and they go to $35,000 a year, well, their child support might stay the same, and since they can't pay it because they have a lesser salary, they get forced into being deadbeat dads because, the state's saying they got to pay one thing, they can only afford another thing, and it just is a bad situation all around. So that show was awesome. The expert that they had on there was just crazy, and he was just made for TV. He was a male rights advocate, so he just kept saying all this stuff, which I agreed with for the most part, but just the way he said it was just here it is, and men are just untreated unfair, this and that. And they had this woman on there that was, of course, trying to debate that and saying how it's not fair to the woman, and so it was just conflict. It was great. Also, during the filming of this show, they tell you in advance not to do anything pick your nose or adjust yourself because you never know when you'll be on camera. So I made a conscious effort not to do any of that stuff. But they were right, because I noticed, while I was watching the show, especially the first show, man, there was a camera guy that came up. I was purposely trying to do stuff that would hopefully give me some camera time. So, I had the attentive look, and I had the really interested look, or and so I guess the camera guys noticed this because at some point there was a camera guy that was like sitting like right on the side of me right here and was just had the camera on me for about like 2 minutes straight, and I was doing everything I could not to look at the camera, so I was just looking like And then during the second show, I wasn't in the front of the audience, I was more in the back, but I was still in the front row of the back part of the audience. So the camera guy, again, he would come up, and the camera would be like right here in front of me, and so I'm trying to watch Dr. Phil. I got a camera right here that's just staring at me, and I'm doing, again, everything I can not to look at the camera. So I'm just like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, doing all the good impressions so people can see, oh, wow, he's really attentive. So hopefully they got me a little camera time. I'll be definitely letting y'all know when the show's on so you can see if I actually got on air or not. Anyway, that's all for today. Tomorrow I'll be answering fan mail, letters, and questions as I decided to start doing every Thursday. So if you have any questions you want answered tomorrow, you can either comment on any of my videos or you can send the questions to me and I'll be happy to answer them as best I can tomorrow. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.